home ownership, and event planners. We're going to get into it. Let's get it. Welcome. First of all, welcome. This is Unsolicited Perspectives. I'm your host, Bruce Anthony, here to lead the conversation in important events and topics that are shaping today's society. Join the conversation and follow us wherever you get your audio podcasts. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for our video podcast, YouTube exclusive content, and our YouTube membership. Rate, review, like, comment, share. Share with your friends, share with your family. Hell, even share with your enemies. On today's episode, it's the Sibling Happy Hour. I'm here with my sis, Aundrea. We're going to be dilly-dadding a little bit. Then we're going to be talking about home ownership and squatters. And then we're going to be talking about an Am I the Jerk Reddit post. But that's enough of the intro. Let's get to the show. What up, sis?
What up, brother?
I can't call it. I'm still a little under the weather, so there was a couple of takes that we had to do for this intro, but that's all right. We got there.
That's all right. And I noticed you put a lineup together today that's going to really piss me off. So that's because because I have an issue with squatters' rights. Like I have an issue with the fact that exists, and you know how I get on these Am I the Jerks. You know how this fits. So I see what you're doing there. You're like, I'm not feeling well. I'm going to get Jonna to do most of the talking. I got it.
Look, I'm a producer, okay? That's what I keep telling people. I'm not a host. I'm a decent host. I'm a decent interviewer, but what I am is a producer, okay?
No, what you are is somebody who knows how to push my buttons. Because see, look, I'm already agitated. We ain't even talked about the topics yet. And I'm already agitated. As soon as I saw squatter right there in bold and italicized, I said, oh no, here we go.
Not bold and italicized. Well, yes, I am still a little under the weather. Normally I would have pushed the cough button, but we're going to do it. Hey, I had to do a whole show on Tuesday by myself.
Yeah.
That bad boy was tough because I could barely talk. But here. Something interesting happened to me earlier today, and I told the person, I was like, oh, this is going on the podcast. I was like, I'm filming today. This is going on. He was like, you'll keep my name out of it. I was like, yeah, but you're going to know exactly who the hell I'm talking about because this can only be you.
Okay.
So a friend of mine has created this very cool company, right?
Okay, yeah.
And they are very much into AI, very much into AI.
All right.
And they are very much horrible at telling a story.
Okay. There's the three things.
Things lined up.
Everybody hold on because I feel like they're all going to be connected. So
they are going to be connected. The first thing this person says to me is, yeah, my dad hit me up and he was like, yeah, this cat in the attic and AI. And I said, wait a minute. What? There was a cat in the attic. What does a cat in the attic have to do with him asking you about AI?
Okay.
And then he shows me a video that's an AI video of a cat in an attic. I said, why didn't you just tell me that you sent your father an AI video of a cat in an attic? And that's what I said. I said, no. What you said was your dad called you, said there was a cat in the attic, and then asked you about AI.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I said, you real excited about stuff. Yeah. The reason why this person was real excited about stuff because they started a company, right?
Okay.
And then they said, I got Mark Cuban to advertise the company. And I said, Mark Cuban, the former Dallas Mavericks owner? Yeah. How did you pull that off?
Yeah, that's a big get.
That's a big get. So they show me the video, and it's Mark Cuban advertising their product. And I was like, wait a minute, is this real or is this AI? And he was like, well, the video is real. I said, that's not what I asked you. No. I said, is this video of them promoting your thing real?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the video is real. He really did that. I said, I bet you that he really did. But the AI created an overlay to put your product in. Oh,
Yes.
yeah. This is, yeah, yes. I
Okay.
said, so it's an AI video.
Yeah.
It's not real. They're like,
Right.
no, but I mean, it's Mark Cuban promoting it. I was like, do not post that.
Do not post that.
Do not post that. They're like, what? I was like,
You
you will
will
get
be
sued.
sued.
I was like,
Yeah.
I said, you're going to have a company, then you're not going to have a company. It's just going to be
Yeah.
like when Smokey won in that dice game. I won.
Hmm.
You what? I lost because you're going to get sued. I was
Yeah.
like,
By two entities, the Mark Cuban
mm-hmm.
and the company whose product he was actually promoting, that you
What? Which
stole
company?
their intellectual property.
Oh, the original video. Yes.
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 So no, don't do that.
And I was like, yeah, bruh, that AI is for entertainment purposes only. It's not
Yeah.
for you to go and generate income from advertisements. Like
Absolutely not.
people are really serious about
Yeah.
what I don't just have ads post. Well, in some cases I do. But most of the time I don't have just ads, just whatever ads posting on
Yeah.
the podcast. Like the
Yeah.
majority of the time it is screened.
Yeah.
People are really, their likeness is important to them, and if you're gonna make
Yes.
some money, they want their cut.
Yes.
So I was just like, I understand that you were happy that you started this thing. Don't do that. And
Don't
also,
do that. That's a
let's
that's a
let's talk
that's
a
a
little bit better.
terrible idea. That's a terrible idea. But if he or she, I don't know actually, likes AI that much, put the story into a chatbot and ask it to frame it in a way that'll make sense to other people. And then just read that so that we understand what you're talking about.
Look,
Because I get it. You're excited, and so
mhm.
your brain is moving faster than your mouth and things get jumbled up. Like I get that. But if this is a habitual thing of like you are really bad at delivering information, like you gotta work on that. You
Oh
gotta
no,
work on that.
this person is routinely bad at delivering information.
Yeah.
Also, they're really bad of receiving information. I give instructions, and before I can finish the instructions, it could be like, "Hey, let's walk over here." Okay, I said I
Nope.
didn't even finish
Let me finish.
what I was going to say, and then steadily asking me questions about what's coming next. When I was like, if you just didn't say anything in the first place,
You might have got the whole thing.
you would have got.
You might have had got everything you needed.
But this person was so excited, one, for the company, which is really dope, and two,
Hmm.
this person is so into AI. I was like, hey, you need to chill.
Yeah.
Don't post this.
Yeah.
I also came up with a slogan
Hmm.
that could be used for a portion of their company.
Okay.
And I told them, I was like, look, let me explain something to you about my business and my money.
Don't play with it.
If I see that slogan is used anywhere
Yeah.
and I haven't been credited and getting my money for it, I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
I know where you live. I know where your family live. I want my money. And it's
Yeah.
been a running joke because this company has been like in the works for the last couple of years. And this tagline I came up with is actually brilliant.
Yeah.
Should I say it on the show?
No.
Well, I mean, it's already, if I say it on the show, then it's already been copyrighted, right? Isn't that how it works?
I'm not
Right
100%
now,
sure,
yeah.
but I have a friend who is a copyright attorney and I will ask them.
Yeah, ask them because I
Yes.
came up. It's a great slogan, something I
Yeah.
never heard before, and I was like, boom, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I told this person, I was like, let me find
Yeah.
out you're using it. It's gonna be some furniture moving.
Yeah. That's your whole ass.
Yeah, it's gonna be some furniture moving.
Because I did not I worked on a project that I thought was a great startup idea. So I tried to get my partners to like really think about and start planning about pursuing this idea as a startup. Crickets. Okay. So I talked to my friend who is a copyright attorney, and they advised that what is actually the property is my code. Anyone can come up with an idea Anyone can come up with a business name. But the actual material that would be copywritten is my code. So if I change the name of the product, I don't need to include anybody in anything.
There you go.
Because the
So
basis for the whole product is the code that I wrote. So I don't know. I don't know about slogans. I don't know if that's something that can be, because again, it was like what was that? One of the Hilton, what's her name?
Paris Hilton.
That's it. Tried to copyright That's Hot, even though like everybody says that. And I don't know. I think she tried to, but like you can't really do that. So so I don't know. I'll
Well,
ask them.
I'll tell you the slogan off air because I thought it was
Yeah.
genius. I thought it was
Yeah.
genius.
And then I'll ask them and see what you need to do about that. Yeah. Don't let your ideas go for free.
Speaking of not letting ideas go for free,
Lord have mercy.
you haven't had time because you are busy. I'm going to do it this weekend, but 50 Cent just dropped a new docuseries, right?
Oh God. The
50
Queen of
Cent,
Petty.
no, this is petty. 50
Yes.
Cent dropped a new docuseries. It's a 4-part Netflix series called
Oh no.
Sean Combs' The Reckoning. It tracks Diddy's rise, his abuse allegations, and events leading up to his arrest and conviction. Uh, 50 was on Good Morning America with like the
Oh my
documentary
Lord.
producer, and the woman, I think it was Ryan Roberts, said, you don't like Diddy. And he was like, well, no, it's not like that. It's just because, I mean, he's okay. It's just, I didn't like it when he offered to take me shopping. And 50 Cent has told this story so many times that
Yeah.
Diddy offered to take him shopping, and he has been so offended by it for 20 plus years that
Yeah.
he has just been waiting his time to be petty, and he could put out this documentary. And some of the footage is damning to Diddy. So Diddy's response was, I'm going to sue Netflix and 50 Cent because
Yeah.
that footage that they obtained, because there's some footage leading up to his arrest. The footage, he's saying the footage that they obtained was obtained illegally, but stolen. And that it violates his privacy and potentially his attorney-client privilege and his work product protections. But this is Netflix. So I
Yeah.
was thinking to myself, there's no way in hell Netflix is going to commission
Did
a
not
docuseries
verify.
and did not verify it.
And
They got
yeah.
that doc. And I've been reading a little bit about it, and supposedly Diddy has been planning to do a documentary on himself since he was 19. And that's the reason why cameras are always around. There's always something filming. And 50 Cent got the footage. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give a review of the docuseries. I'm going to watch it this weekend. And when the show releases on Tuesday, in one of the segments, I'm going to give a review about it. But Petty 50,
Yeah. Yes. Well,
you gonna
I
watch
won't.
it?
No, I will not.
Why not?
Because I don't care about Sean Combs.
I mean, okay, but do you care about 50 Cent's pettiness?
I also don't care about 50 Cent's pettiness.
Okay.
Will I eventually probably watch it because it'll be on my timeline and everybody will be talking about it and I'll have FOMO and I'll probably watch it one evening? Yes.
Well, you know when I know for sure you probably going to watch it?
What is that?
When I'm there in 2 weeks.
And you gonna put it on and make
I'm
me
gonna
watch
put
it?
I'm not gonna make you watch it. I'm just gonna put it on. And I know you're gonna walk past. What is this that you watching? And I'm like, that Diddy documentary. I'm not watching this. And next thing you know, you're gonna be sitting down, being like, this is crazy. I know you. That's
Yeah.
what's gonna happen.
That's 100% what happens to me every single time. That's how I get dragged in to the shows our mother watches. Cause
Well,
I'll be like, what is this? What is this shenanigans you watching? And then I'll be like, she said, what the who now? Okay, so he's the investigator. Is that what you're saying? And they're an attorney, but they're not really an attorney. It's all
Right.
yeah. And then that's the next thing you know, I'm watching that show all seasons.
there are so many memes and reels out of dudes sitting down working or doing something else while their
Yeah.
significant others, wives, girlfriends, what have you, it's typically a heterosexual relationship,
Yeah.
are watching one of the
Love
modern
Island or any
love,
of
something like
those,
that.
something like that. Yes.
And
And
then
them
all of a sudden he's like, what
slowly
happened?
getting into it. Yeah.
Yes.
It
That's
is.
our
That
mom with TV. Yeah.
yeah. That's it. It just ropes you in. And next thing you know, I'm watching some British drama about I don't even know what. And I'm into it deeply.
Well, I'm looking forward to watching this Netflix documentary because 50 Cent
All
is
right.
one of the pettiest people. The only person that I feel like that could compete with him in far as pettiness is Cameron, because nothing was as funny as when he had Omar Gooden come in and do a fake movie.
Yeah. That's almost like when I heard about that, I was like, okay, that's bordering on hurtful. Like,
Yeah.
because you play like that's not like a prank. Like you're really I thought I was working a legitimate job. That is my career. Like,
In Cameron's defense, it all started because Cameron called him Omar Gooden Jr., a slip of the tongue,
yes,
right?
yes, it was an accident.
And Omar Gooden Jr. wouldn't let it go and kept making
And you
diss
just
records.
did it.
I did. Please don't make me. You know what, Omar Gooden Jr.? You can make diss records after me. I don't care. Put me on blast.
That should be pretty. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. I don't know.
That'd be pretty cool. And the
Yeah.
diss tracks were against Cameron was kind of dope. Even Cameron was like, yo, you can rap, but you got to stop. Because he made like
Yeah.
4 diss tracks. So Cameron finally was
Yeah.
like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and dead all
It's
this.
like, all right, Kendrick Lamar, relax.
But Omar Gooden was doing that for a reason.
Mm.
His album dropped shortly after that. And he's
Ah.
got a song on there that I was like, yo, this is actually pretty good. I think I
Yeah.
sent it to you, but you've been so busy you ain't been paying attention.
I haven't looked at my text messages are backing up. My personal emails, DMs. I'm so sorry to everybody, but I just don't have the bandwidth for anything right now. But I'm almost there. I'm almost there.
there.
Yes.
What you will have the bandwidth for, though, is this next topic when we get into the squatting situation. And we going to get into that next. All right, Jay. This next story comes from the DC Bureau reporter, Felicia Ashley. And the title of the article is Squatter Uses Extended Airbnb Stay to Claim Tenant Rights, Locking Out the Homeowner.
I'm already mad.
Before I go into this long little thing about the whole story
It's
about
long
what's
and
going on.
little?
It's long and little.
Okay. All right.
Shut up. Yes. I'm not all there. I haven't been drinking. Yo, I haven't had
Right.
a drinking. I haven't had a drinking in a while
Yeah.
for me.
Well,
okay?
you haven't been. You've been under the weather, and it's going around. Everybody, I know a lot of people that are feeling.
I'm
under
not
the
still
weather
sick.
Right now.
I'm just congested more than anything. But anyway, ladies and
That means
gentlemen, before I
still
get
sick.
into this long and little description of what's going on, Jay, what's your problem with squatters' rights?
So there is a like documentary series on Netflix called like World's Worst Neighbor, World's Worst Roommate, or it's something like that. And it's basically squatters' rights horror stories. And like all the things these people had to go through to get these folks out of their house. And it just couldn't be me. Like I would lose my mind. What you mean you not leaving my house and you refusing to pay me any more money? And those so yeah, I think it's worst roommate or something like that, because these were people who were renting a room so they lived together with this person and tried and claimed squatters' rights, wouldn't leave, barricaded themselves. No, I will burn this entire house down.
You're going to burn your own home down to get them out?
That's how much because how dare you?
Yeah.
I don't even know the purpose of squatters' rights. I like I don't even know the purpose, but
Yeah, I don't know either.
the fact that people abuse it to this extent, I would literally burn this whole thing down around you. You gonna get out.
Yeah, I think that you got a murder charge if
They gonna get out.
okay. All right. So let me tell everybody about the story. Imagine renting out your home on Airbnb, only to end up locked out of your own home. That's exactly what happened to this woman here in the DC area, and her story has turned into a months-long nightmare involving police, courts, and a guest who refuses to leave. Homeowner Roshan Douglas thought that she was helping someone in need. Back in February, she accepted a booking from a woman named Shadeja Romero, Miss Romero, who said
Yeah.
her own home had been damaged in a fire. This reservation was for just over a month, 32 days. It's supposed to end on March 29th. Once that you cross that 30-day mark in DC, though, a guest can start claiming tenant rights.
See,
And that's where everything went sideways. See, but okay, all right. You got something to interject. Go ahead.
no, because see, you knew by booking for 32 days, you already knew. Shadeja Romero.
Is
Don't
it
let me catch-
Shadeja? Are you sure?
That's what I'm looking at.
Shadeja?
Shadeja.
Oh, okay, Shadeja.
Yeah.
But there, Shadeja. But that I,
Put a K, swap out the S with a K. And what name is that?
Khadijah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Shadeja.
Shadeja. That's what I said.
Shadeja doesn't sound right. Shadeja does.
Shadeja, Shamaja. I don't know.
Whatever your name is, I don't really care because you can catch smoke.
All right.
All of it.
When the booking ended, Romero didn't leave. Instead, she insisted that she now had tenant protections, even though there was no lease, no rental agreement, just an Airbnb stay. Douglas kept stressing this was never a tenancy, it was a short-term rental. But Romero argued otherwise, and the standoff began. Step by step, Douglas tried everything. She served a 30-day notice. She called the police. She went to court. And each time she was told the same thing. This wasn't trespassing anymore. It was a landlord-tenant dispute. At one point, Douglas even offered Romero $2,500 to leave. Romero signed a paper saying that she wasn't a tenant, then turned around and said the agreement no longer works for her and stayed put. Yo, time out. She offered to pay the woman $2,500. Just leave my home, please. Just leave my home.
You want to know what kind of offer she'd have got from me?
You'd have burned the house down?
I offer to whoop her ass. Do not. Cause listen, the next time I call the police, I'm gonna leave in handcuffs.
Okay.
It's
all
an
right.
assault charge. You
Desperate.
gonna get out my house.
Desperate, Douglas put a huge sign on her house declaring Romero was not authorized to be there. Romero and others inside tossed the sheet out the window to cover it. Police eventually helped Davis cut the sign down, but still told her she had to wait for the courts. So while Douglas pays the mortgage, utilities, and mountain attorney fees, Romero remains inside living rent-free.
Wow.
Now that would piss you off
That, yes.
alone, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But there's more. And insult to injury, Douglas watches Romero's social media showing her traveling, promoting a nonprofit, and posting about living her best life. Meanwhile, Douglas can't even step foot in her own home. As of now, Romero refuses to answer the door to reporters or police. Douglas is stuck waiting for the December 11th court date, hoping U.S. Marshals will finally remove Romero and end this ordeal. Now,
What?
I want everybody to pay attention to the dates
Okay.
because Romero booked in February. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be over in March.
Yeah.
December 11th is a week away.
Yeah.
She didn't have the whole year.
But
Rent-free.
I thought they're not allowed to leave the property. So how is she traveling and stuff? My understanding is that if they leave the property, you can then evict them. Like they're not allowed to leave the property. That might not be the
Oh.
case in DC. I don't
DC,
know.
yeah, each place has different things, but this
Yeah.
case highlights a little known wrinkle in the local law of DC. How a short-term rental can cross into a tenant territory after 30 days. For Douglas, has become costly and exhausting battle. And for anyone thinking of listing their home, it's a cautionary tale about how quickly a simple booking can spiral into a nightmare. And
Yeah.
so you're a homeowner. I am
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
You have not done Airbnb. I've stayed at an
No.
Airbnb that's 2 doors down from your house.
Yeah. Yeah.
To think that this could happen is crazy.
It's nuts. Especially because as the homeowner, I went into it with good intentions. You're
Right.
telling me you lost your home in a fire. Yes, of course, you can book my rental. I'm going into it with good intentions. You came into this from the start knowing what you were going to do. And that's why you set it up for 32 days because you knew from the start what you were going to do. That to me, like, that's what makes it so bad. Like, that's what makes this the people abusing these laws that I honestly are there to protect tenants, but people abusing these laws because you're abusing people who chances are renting to you or opening their home to you or whatever with good intentions. And you came into this from the start intending to harm me, and that's what pisses me off the most about it. And so, no, every single day, all day, I'm in front of that house with all my car doors open, blasting country music.
Well, and it's a
Every
neighborhood.
day.
You
I don't
gonna you
care.
gonna okay.
We gon' listen. Every day we having a block party in the
Mm,
street.
okay.
I will vandalize my own home
No.
to make you uncomfortable. I will cut the utilities off.
So because I think the article is the title article is a little misleading. I don't think it's a
Hmm.
squatter the person is squatting, but since
Yeah.
it turns into a tenant landlord type of thing, it is tough to evict people. It is. So I think
Yeah.
that's the reason why, she's able to leave a house, go on vacations, which by the way, look, let me tell you something. I don't condone violence,
No.
but that's a
Neither do I.
surefire,
I'm joking, but like
but
it
that's a
makes you
surefire
that
way, especially when you seeing on their social media that they out
yes.
there. First of all, how
Don't
you gonna be promoting a nonprofit and then stealing from somebody?
Yes, don't add insult to injury. But if you're on social media, guess what? So am I. And I'm on there and I'm plastering all your businesses. I'm going viral on TikTok reporting on this story. Everybody is going to know exactly who you are. I'm glad we're talking about it now, and I'm glad we're saying the name Shadeja Romero. I'm glad we're doing it now. Everybody needs to know. If you see her nonprofit come across your screen, leave some comments under there and
Mm,
let people know that this person is a thief.
yeah, yeah. This person,
Let people know that
absolutely.
this person is a criminal. If you see her traveling and doing this and talking about living your best life, is leave a comment under there. You living your best life on somebody else's dime. Don't let people get away with doing things like this. You got to continue to call out people who do this kind of thing because if we don't, it just gives people carte blanche to continue to hustle folks like this and to scam folks like this, and that's not right. That's the problem I have with it, the scamming.
Well, I thought you liked scamming.
I like innocent scamming.
Well, okay. We're gonna have to dig deeper into this. What is innocent scamming?
Okay, for instance, one time I was at the airport
Okay.
and I went to the Sky Lounge, right? I was just going to see, I had the little Sky Miles card or whatever. I didn't know how much it would cost, if it would cost anything for me to be in the Sky Lounge while I wait for my flight. I'm behind a lady who's like diamond medallion plus ... I don't know, like the top tier Sky Miles lady. And she gets a free guest.
Okay.
Okay. And so the person behind the desk asked, do you have a free guest that's coming in with you? And I said, yeah, me. And she said, come on. And so I got into the Sky Lounge for free. That is innocent scamming. I did not know that lady. She did not know me. I did not want to pay to be in the Sky Lounge, but I wanted to be in the Sky Lounge. So I shot my shot. It worked. Innocent scamming. Nobody got hurt for that. Okay? I had a nice conversation with this lady. She was only in there for about 20 minutes. I had to be in there for like 2 hours. It was before they put them time limits on it. It was great, and I enjoyed myself, and there you go. That's innocent scamming.
Okay. All right. Innocent scamming. Whereas
Yes.
Shadija, Rhodesia, whatever, Miss Romero
Yes.
is, because you thinking about it, that is, so if they booked an Airbnb, she got paid for February. She got paid for those 32 days.
Mm-hmm.
But since March on, and that's March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, that's 10 months down.
Yeah. For an
That's
entire
10
year, I've been paying for you to live for free. Knowing that you entered in to a good faith agreement with malicious intent. Nah.
Yeah.
Because when she gets this person out of her house, because she will, and eventually she will. When she gets this person out of her house, she needs to file a civil suit. I don't know. There's got to be some recourse for the loss of her money, her time. There's got to be some recourse to protect this woman who is in this very unfortunate situation.
I want to know why the court case is taking so long. Like, I have a friend that's in real estate. I need to ask them the specifics of
Yeah.
DC. I've heard DC tenant landlord squatting laws is crazy.
Yeah.
I've heard they're absolutely crazy. People be squatting and just chilling. And I'm thinking to myself, why'd I go squat somewhere and chill?
Yeah.
You know, why don't I
Yeah.
live somewhere for free? You know,
Yeah.
and just like switch it up every 3 months. Just keep hopping different places so it won't cost
There are
you a
people
little
who
money.
do that.
Yeah, you know, that's almost innocent scamming. Just costing 3 months worth.
It's not innocent scamming. If I'm causing harm to someone else, it's not innocent scamming anymore.
You don't know that you didn't cause harm to that lady. She may have not
No.
wanted to talk to your ass.
No, she asked me to sit with her. She chatted me up. I
You ain't
found out.
exchange information or nothing. Could have been a new friend and hooked you up.
No, it was just she traveled a lot for work, so she got this high status, and she was happy to invite me in. So that was innocent. She could have said no.
She could have.
Yeah, she could have said no. There was no loss to her for inviting me in. That was what I'm saying. Like, she didn't lose anything in that deal.
Well, Miss Douglas, I hope
Yeah.
that in a week from today, the week of this filming, that you will get some type of resolution. And I hope they don't tear up that house, because
Yeah.
that's the next thing. Folks were like, we got to leave. We're going to tear this place
We're gonna tear it up.
apart. They will pull out copper out the walls. I don't know why I just went to bubbles from the
I
wire.
don't know, because
Yeah,
that's what
copper.
that was what happens.
Right. Yeah, you know, so hey, look.
Take appliances, all kind. They take furniture. I mean, because everything in there, nothing belongs to this person.
Right.
It's all
I
Miss
would
Douglas's
have-
furniture.
I would have had hired some goons posted up on the block. Not to harm them, but to make
Just
sure they ain't tearing up my
intimidation.
stuff. Yeah, you know, if you got some people that's always around your house, every time you come out, because she coming and leaving.
Yeah.
You know, she taking trips. You coming and leaving. You got some people standing out there all the time, making you real uncomfortable in your own home.
It's not her own home.
Right.
It's
Hey, look,
not. Yeah.
Omar
There-
Gooden Jr., own home. Look, I'm slipping today. Okay, I'm getting older. What can I say?
That is long and little.
I forgot about that one. Long. You know what? This segment is over because I'm tired of this shit. But next up, an interesting Reddit that is sure to piss my sister off. Am I a jerk? We're going to get into that next. All right, Jay, another Reddit post. Why? I'm kind of lazy and couldn't come up with any other topics. And Reddit is always an easy place to come up with topics.
Yeah.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell y'all right now, there's going to be a show right before Christmas that's going to be all Reddit posts. So
Yeah.
I hope you enjoy them.
But I know you do, because that's when I get the most excited and pissed off. And I know that that's what people enjoy the most.
Yeah, people enjoy you being aggravated.
Yes.
Or I do, and they enjoy my giddiness of you being
Yes.
aggravated. It's one or the other.
Yes.
All right, so here's the Reddit post. Am I a jerk to cancel a trip after realizing my friends wanted me to be the unpaid driver and planner? Before I read this, Jay, what are you? Are you the planner in a trip?
I'm starting to like do that. And that's only because I've been inspired by friends of mine who are just excellent trip planners. And I always have the best time and they do the best job. So I'm trying to learn how to be a better trip planner. And so like I planned my 40th to Panama, and it went really, really well. And so yes, I'm trying to take more of an active, but I never used to be in the past now.
All right, so I am not
Yeah.
at all. I'm not really a planner anyway. These are things I need to do. I'm gonna plan them out. But like if it's in like an outing, like women get upset with me all the time with dating because it's just like, well, what do you want to do? I don't know. And then on the spur of a moment, I'll come up with something. Like I'm better at let's just wing
Spontaneity.
it. Yes, I
Yeah.
like to just wing it. I'm not gonna plan. And I've gone on a couple of trips with people and they're like, well, let's do this. And they have a whole itinerary. And I'm just like, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, that shit is not appealing to me because
Yeah.
I never know how I'm going to wake up and what mood I am. I like to wake up
Yeah.
and see.
You just like to feel the vibes, but
Right.
that's not my style. Like, and so when I travel, I want to see the things. I want to see the tourist attractions or the museums or the whatever. I want to do the tours. I want to see the things. So I will create an itinerary. We'll have where we're gonna eat dinner. I'll make sure we have reservations. If we're doing a photo shoot, I got the photographer, but like down to the transportation, I got everything planned out. Yeah.
So you sound like this person, but let me get back to the post. So some friends and I have been talking about taking a weekend trip together. I thought we would share the work and enjoy it equally, but during the planning stage, they kept assigning me tasks without checking if I agreed. They said I should create an itinerary because I have a good taste. They said I should be the driver because I have the biggest car. They said I should book the place because I understand travel sites better. When I questioned it, they said it was obvious I would do these things since I always handle the details. It started to feel like they wanted a personal travel assistant, not an equal friend. The final straw was when they sent a long list of places they wanted to visit and told me to organize the schedule for them. I canceled my participation and told them that they could handle the trip without me. They said I ruined the vibe and abandoned the group. Now they are posting happy friend quotes to try and guilt trip me. Am I the jerk?
Nope. And you need new friends.
You can't, look, that cannot be your rationale
When
for everything all the time.
for these, yes, because by the time you get to the point where you're soliciting advice from strangers on the internet, typically it is because whatever relationship that's being affected by whatever's going on was never good to begin with. And something happened. There's some catalyst, like the planning of this trip, that's making you realize maybe my friends aren't my friends. Maybe these relationships aren't equitable. Maybe I'm being used and I'm just now realizing it. I'm not really asking if I'm the jerk. What I'm asking is, am I tripping foreseeing the situation for what it really is now. That's typically what the question is for most of these posts. I thought my partner, my friend, my parent, my sibling, whatever, was down for me, and then something happened and I realized they might not be.
Yeah.
In fact, a lot of times I realized they might not like me at all. Am I tripping? It's not about the trip. What it's about is they wanted you to do everything for them like you probably typically always do. And so they just assumed you would continue to do so. They assumed that the relationship that you have allowed to happen, of them taking advantage of you, would continue. But now you're realizing that you're being taken advantage of. You need new friends, especially because y'all just send me a list of all the places you wanted to visit. So if you know where you want to go ahead and set it up. Why do I have to set it up for you? I'm not your personal assistant. You know where you want to go, so you set it up. I don't understand. That don't make no sense. I would not have told my friends that I wanted to take a trip for my birthday and then expect them to plan it for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous. If we're going somewhere together, this is a trip we're deciding to plan together, then we need to execute it together. It actually will go faster that way. What do you mean I understand travel sites better? It's the web. It's the World Wide Web. It's been
Everybody use it.
Everybody use it. It's been around for a good while. You know who else has a big car? Enterprise. Hers. I have good taste. Okay, fine. I'll pick the restaurants. Sure. That'll be my task. And your task will be to rent the car. And your task will be to book, travels, like book, wherever y'all want to visit. Excursions or whatever. And that's how we'll handle it. And if y'all are saying, no, we want you to do everything, and if you don't do everything, you're ruining the vibe. Well, the vibe is ruined. Now what?
Okay. So, to answer the question, is she the jerk? Yes and no. For two reasons. Mm-hmm. Two reasons. There's two ways I'm looking at this. I agree with everything that you have to say, right? Mm-hmm. If they are expecting her to do this, do all of these tasks, they may not be the greatest of friends. And this is the reason why I said that. I used to have a friend that was in our group who didn't drink. Mm-hmm. That meant that he was our designated driver. And that's kind of the reason why we kept him around.
Yeah.
When we didn't need him anymore, we didn't really hang out with them anymore. Mm-hmm. Right? And people use other people for various things.
Yes.
Right? That could be this situation. Mm-hmm. Or it could be a situation where, and I've got caught up in this, well, you just like doing that stuff. So I just figured because you like doing it that you didn't mind doing it. No, I don't like to do it all the time. I just do it all the time. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Let me start to participate more in this because I don't want that burden all on you.
Yeah.
If this person didn't really specify, hey, look, y'all putting all this on me, y'all ain't doing nothing, this isn't right. Mm-hmm. If they didn't say that before canceling their trip, then yeah, they might be a jerk. But if they expressed it, hey, look, this ain't right. Y'all got me planning all of this. Y'all not doing nothing. Even though I'm good at it, that doesn't mean that I want to do this. It seems more like a work than vacation.
Yeah.
If she did that and their response was, oh, just you killing the vibe, then no, she's not being a jerk.
Well, but it says in there. It says it.
Did I miss it?
When I questioned it, they said it was obvious I would do these things since I always handle the details.
But question it, but I've been in that situation where I've said, well, you always handle these type of situations. That doesn't mean I like doing it. what was her response when they said,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm
Yeah.
getting at. If
Yeah.
if she said to them, well, I don't feel like this is fair, well, you always do it, I'm out.
Yeah.
Then you might be a little bit of a jerk, because communication, you know how, ladies and gentlemen, y'all don't know, but my sister understands how I am about communication.
Yes.
Communication is so very, very important to me.
It's
I
extremely
overly
important to you.
communicate, but I overly communicate so that there aren't any misunderstandings.
Yes.
You don't care if people misunderstand you.
I don't.
I do. I don't want, because I don't want to look back and end friendships, relationships, or what have you,
Yeah.
because there was a misunderstanding. I want my intentions to be absolutely clear. So if they came back to her, when they came back to her and they said, well, you always do it, if her response was shut down, move out, you a little bit of a jerk about that, because you needed to explain, well, yeah, I may always do this, but that don't necessarily mean I like to do this. And y'all need to hold up your end. Now, if they come back with you like, oh, you killing the vibe, then you out. You're not a jerk. But if you haven't explained your position properly,
Right.
and you bow out, then you might be a little bit on the jerk side. But that's me, because communication is so very, very important.
And also, you got to take some ownership, because they wouldn't have the impression that you would always do this if you didn't always do it.
Right.
Because you always do it, because you always take the lead in planning things, that became the dynamic of your relationship. So just because it's not sitting right with you now, again, like you said, you got to communicate that. Hey, I know that I typically always handle things, but I was kind of hoping that since this is something we're going to enjoy together, that we can all do this together. I don't want to take on the burden of planning everything. And if their response to you is not, say less, we got it. Like, okay, then I'll pick up this, you pick up that, bop, bop, bop. Like, if their response is not that, then go ahead and bow and recognize that these people kept you around for a reason. And also take some ownership and understand that you cannot constantly take on the burden in your relationships like that. They have to be equitable, and you also have to participate in making sure that they're equitable.
Yeah. Equitable, ladies and gentlemen. Equitable. That means that there's going to be give and take.
Yes.
But like I always say, 100% effort in the relationship. But sometimes it's going to be 70-30.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll be 50-50. Sometimes it's going to be 40-60.
Yeah.
But we all putting in to make that 100% level, 100% effort.
But that's why marriage vows are the way they are, right? In sickness
Right.
and in health and all of that, for richer or for poorer, because we understand that things happen, life happens in relationships. I might be down for a time and need more for you to step up more and provide more support. And then when I get back up, then you can take a step back to where you were before. And I will support you in the same way. So that's really what it's saying is like exactly what you said. It's going to be 100%, but it's not always going to be equal shares.
Right.
But
Right.
the relationship, there still has to be some reciprocity. There still has to be some equity there.
Reciprocity, that's a big SAT word, but y'all know what it means. Jay, what do you want to tell these people before we get out of here?
My advice is people will treat you the way you allow them to treat you. Period. Nobody is dogging you out. You are allowing yourself to be dogged out. You got to take some ownership of what's happening in your situations. Sometimes, and I'm not talking about situations, obviously, where it is very difficult for a person to leave. They've been cut off from resources. We all know that happens. I'm talking about in general, in friendships and relationships and things like that. Oh, my friend keep doing me dirty. No, you're allowing somebody who you call your friend to do you dirty. You have the power to change that dynamic by walking away from it or communicating that you don't like the way you're being treated now. Take some power back.
And that's the truth, Ruth. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for watching. And until next time, as always, I'll holla. Woo! That was a hell of a show. Thank you for rocking with us here on Unsolicited Perspectives with Bruce Anthony. Now, before you go, don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, comment, and share our podcast wherever you're listening or watching it to it. Pass it along to your friends. If you enjoy it, that means the people that you rock will enjoy it also. So share the wealth, share the knowledge, share the noise. And for all those people that say, well, I don't have a YouTube. If you have a Gmail account, you have a YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can actually watch our video podcast and YouTube exclusive content. But the real party is on our Patreon page, After Hours Uncensored and Talking Straight-ish. After Hours Uncensored is another show with my sister. And once again, the key word there is uncensored. Those are exclusively on our Patreon page. Jump onto our website at unsolicitedperspectives.com for all things us. That's where you can get all of our audio, video, our blogs, and even buy our merch. And if you really feel generous and want to help us out, you can donate on our donations page. Donations go strictly to improving our software and hardware so we can keep giving you guys good content that you can clearly listen to and that you can clearly see. So any donation would be appreciative. Most importantly, I want to say thank you for listening and watching and supporting us. And I'll catch you next time. Audi 5000. Peace.